great return this weekend. Does that make your job a little bit easier this week?
I think. Well, I mean, the most difficult thing is that so many players played so well, over the bank holiday that it's a problem to pick the team really because so many guys deserve to play. And really, I need to try to be so strong to pick the team that is most suitable for the opposition, with all the different circumstances of the pitch and the players that are most important in the other team, all the different things. I need to pick the team, in the most correct way. And obviously, I'm going to upset some players, but I feel like the guys know that they're all important because so many changes and players coming in and doing so well. We try to, like I said, we try to include everybody in training all the time so that they know when they come in they feel ready. So I think the team is difficult to pick, but a lot of people know that they're there or thereabouts and that they're very important.
I'd love to ask you about the goal the other day against Solihull. I think pretty much every single player touched it. I just wonder how much satisfaction you get out of a goal like that, especially when you say you are sort of making a couple of changes here and there with different players, but they all know each other and they link together in that kind of way for that sort of goal.
Yeah, absolutely right. And I think we try to factor in a lot of different things when we try to build up, and so we've seen often with Sam, he will try to help us to build up, through the pitch. And I think in the lead up to the goal, Sam is pressed really well, and so he hits the ball a little bit further to Aaron, and then we kind of smooth the play out and we bring it back into like a structured build up. So we go, it's a more risk when you hit the ball over that distance because you can't guarantee that it's going to arrive where you want it to. But he kicked it well, and Aaron was in exactly the right position. Then once we smoothed the game out, we passed the ball through the. Most importantly for me and for the players as well is that we passed it through the shape of the team. And we just changed a few minutes before we changed and went to a single striker with two guys really aggressive in midfield. And yeah, like you say, everyone flowed so brilliantly. No one deserved to score more than Chicks, because he's been in the position every single action, and he will defend the back post for us and then attack the back post against them within seconds, and he'll do that just repeatedly. So yeah, I was really pleased to see so many players involved in and be so clean with the build up for the goal.
It's interesting you mentioned obviously about Adam Chickson getting the goal. And, of course, Macaulay Langstaff's the one that people talk about because he's a goal scorer and he scores so many. Do you have sort of set numbers in your mind as to how many goals you want from defence, from midfield, from different positions, or is it sort of less exact than that?
No, I get exactly what you mean. I think, funnily, you should mention it because me and Adam have a. I'm not going to tell you exactly, but we have an understanding between us that we have a target for him. But not the other players. No, we don't. Only me and Chicks, just because we shared a little a moment a week or so ago. But then, really it's about making sure that people are committing to the box, into the positions where, and it will sound, this will sound really strange, but when you go into the positions that are scary because you might miss. But you look at Maka, he's not scared to miss, and Kedwin is not scared to miss, and Cairo is not scared to miss, and increasingly more and more we're forcing really to put in the pressures for. Guys like Ruben and Sam Mostyn and Chickson and Aaron to be in the box at the right moment when the ball's going to be delivered. For like a guy who's as talented as Ruben or Sam, they like to be a little bit outside, on the edge of the box so they can wriggle and score a lovely spectacular goal. But really, the most goals are scored from inside that danger zone. And of course there's moments when they're going to be on the edge and the game is different. They haven't got time to get into the 6-yard box, so they take the ball on the edge and they can score a lovely, make a step over and reverse shot or something like that. But really, yeah, we're pushing the guys a lot to try to make sure that they're in positions in it. And you look at the goal, there's two centre halves in there so worried about Macca. Quite rightly, you have to worry about Macca. He's 6 in 6, but it drags a defender away from Chicks, and he does the rest.
And it must do a lot for team spirit as well. But when goals are being shared around, we see Kedwin Scott get his first goal the other day, and other players pop in with goals. That just kind of helps with everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're so right, because when your friend lays the ball on a plate for you, you feel, you can feel that. You know that your teammate could have pulled the trigger himself, but he recognised you're in a good position and then gave you the pass. I mean, Kedwin Scott tried to backheel the ball for Macca and probably should have just carried on and gone round the keeper and scored. But that for me was a big moment, because it showed a sacrifice of the individual for the team. And Kedwin can score. He's not scared to believe me, that he is not scared to score one bit, and he wants to score. But he also has in his mind, we have to win the game. We have to win. And if the easiest route to the goal is to, backheel the ball with the keeper on the floor and Macca just slots it in the empty net, then he'll do it. I think that, Cairo Mitchell just delivered a meeting to the strikers that I asked him to pick out the important clips from the game, and he just delivered to the other strikers. And one of the clips in there was the action that Cairo has an opportunity to pass the ball inside the box to Ruben, and he decides to go on his own. And he was brave enough. He put the clip in and said, "Look, I need to pass to you. I need to give you the tap in, and I'll make sure in future, I give you the tap in." When it's right for him to go on his own, like he did at Halifax, like he did at Boreham Wood, he doesn't have really an obvious pass. He needs to shoot, and he took his opportunity brilliantly. But when you have that really easy one that you can lay on a plate, you have to do it.
What about Dagenham this week? I mean, I confess I haven't seen anything of them this season, but looking at their results, you can see that they have it in them to be a threat, don't they?
Yeah, big threat, because they have pace and power in the team, so they're going to be very, very tough. And the other thing that is a big problem for us that we have to be aware is that they've been unable to get probably the strongest team on the pitch that the manager would like, and so maybe it's took them a longer to get going than they would like, but now they're getting the guys in the team that they want on the pitch week after week, and so they're going to be more cohesive. We need to really be organised and very aggressive to try and go there and get something from this game, because it's going to be very, very tough. I know that.
For league clubs, it's deadline day today, of course. I just wonder, as someone who's worked in the football league as a manager, is that a day that you don't miss?
Yeah.
In terms of rushing around.
Yeah, of course, and at MK Dons and at Swansea was involved with recruitment and worrying about players leaving, worried about whether or not you're going to get the player over the line and to bring in, and so no, it's a tough day. It's not nice feeling, and there's going to be guys I don't envy them, because they're going to have the pizzas delivered at 10:30 tonight, and they're going to be in the office, and and as soon as the phone rings, everyone's jump up, but it's someone's wife or someone's mummy that's phoning about dinner or something like that, and you're just like, you're what I mean, you're just a paranoid wreck. So I don't miss that. I've got friends still working in league clubs and that, and I'm gonna not message them today or whatever, because it's a horrible feeling, but it's part and parcel.
I'll obviously have to ask you about Ruben Rodriguez. There's been more talk about him through the week, about clubs being interested in him. Have you heard anything? Have you turned anything down? Is there going to be anything happening? Any departure?
Ruben is in my office. The office is locked. He's in there. So no. I think I genuinely think that Ruben is he's a smart guy, and he knows that he has quality. He knows that he's going to be in a very good position, and he's going to be able to, I'm sure, have a good choice of where he wants to go. We want to try to be successful, and then say to him, look, you could be at worse places and stay with us. But of course, we we can't guarantee anything for him, and that because the league is so difficult. But at the moment, I think he recognises that he's in a good place. He's not in a mad rush. I think to jump at the first thing. I think he understands the value of being adored at a place, and being important. I think he understands that. So yeah, we're going to be worried until the last minute, but my instinct tells me that he's going to be with us for the foreseeable.
And assuming you are able to keep hold of him, because the club have turned down offers for him before, that's what you want as a head coach, isn't it? You're wanting to build something here. You want to be able to keep hold of your best players.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. The only time you can let a player of that quality leave without feeling so terrible is when you know that the offer is a fantastic offer, is going to change the guy's life, and you can't guarantee. I mean, you look at Cal Roberts, for example. A tremendous quality. Really, we were so happy when myself and Ryan, when we started to work with the squad, we can see how much quality he has. And we have Ruben, and then Sam Austin came in. You think, okay, we're in a very good position. You have the experience and the quality of Jim, and you think, okay, and then of course the offer came, and the offer was one that was really difficult because they met the valuation, the salary, and the level and things like that. And Cal, in a very respectful way, said, oh, this is the one I want to go. And he turned down offers already, and then you look at the guy and you think, you can see in his face that, yeah, this is the one he wants to go. I saw Cal at Gateshead, he came to see us, and his leg's in a cast because he had an injury. Now, if he reluctantly stayed, or we put massive pressure for him to stay, and he feels, like we blocked a big opportunity for him, and then he picks up the injury, what state is the guy in? So there's a time when you have to reluctantly say, no, it's the best, it's the best thing for the player to move on. But when the offer is not very, very good, when the personal terms are not very, very good, then yeah, you need to try and really convince the player to stay with you and see if you can build something more, something more rewarding than what they were looking at across the road.
And when you say you're going to be worried to the last minute, but you're confident it'll stay, is that because conversations are happening today? Have you been hearing stuff?
No, it's just because I've been in offices before, and the phone goes, 2 minutes to midnight, and someone crazy wants to do so you just have to never write anything off at all. So yeah, that when that's done, I'll feel very, very happy.
Good man. Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you.
Ollie, just one from me. It's just about Joel Taylor. He's not been in the squad for the past couple of games. I was just wondering whether it was an injury or what his absence was from the squad.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate because I felt like Joel was in a brilliant position in terms of I think he really started to apply himself in a different way, and in training he was preparing actually to start the game against Halifax because Adam Chickson's physical loading is amazing, just off the scale. So I was looking at it and I thought, it's getting to the point where I need to try to help him to recover a little bit because he plays with such intensity. And at the same moment, I felt Joel was training so well, and wanted to give him an opportunity on the left where he's more comfortable. He stretched for one ball in training, and he got like a grade 1 tear, so he's not like the worst it can be by any stretch of the imagination. But that's the reason why he's been sidelined, unfortunately, and he's making good progress, and hopefully he's gonna come and try to force his way back into the squad.